Hello? There you go. Let's fix that. All right. Am I good? My volume good? My volume good? She lives. Hello. I was supposed to be here like 7 minutes ago, but something happened. Okay, we're back. Okay, that was weird. That was really, really weird. It muted my mic. All right, that was weird. But hello, everybody. Hello, Flowing Hair Kendra's back. You're right. I need to use this model more. I literally commissioned it to use it. But hello, everybody. Hello. How art thou? On this fine colored day? Let me make, there you go. I think that's good. Hoi. Hello, Mr. J. Hello, Magma Fox. Hello, Kuma. Hello, Mr. J. Hello, Derek. Hello, Gavin. Vacation starts tomorrow. Nice. Listen, vacation is good. Also, I saw 2 people follow. I don't know if it was, Kick, because I had to block 2 bots, but some people followed. But I know that Templar on 3, thank you for the follow. Time to yap. Yes, it is yapping time, and kind of work time. I think I'm gonna do the thumbnails for the upcoming videos on stream, but I'm thinking about it still. But if you guys know, for those that know, last time we were supposed to have a discussion as soon as I came back. That didn't happen because I had to go somewhere at the time. But I want to show you something cool that I have shared in the Discord, and actually I have not shared it on Twitter. But basically, for those who are wanting to know, y'all, I showed you a picture of the Quabbits last time, but I said this is not the final draft because I need to make a proper character sheet. Why? So if I ever commission anything Quabbit related, somebody is able to look up whatever. So, while I was sick, I made this when I finally got better. There you go. We've got our mascot character sheet now. Aren't they adorable? And this is how you spell Quabbit, because I had to also make the character sheet, because when I was was helping with something and this person reached out to help me, they did Quabbit, but they spelled it wrong because I never released the official spelling of Quabbit. I'm back. Adorbs. Nice. The 25th draft. Shut. For those that don't know what the 25th draft is, as I was showing it in Discord, certain members kept giving me feedback and correction, so I had to repeatedly go back, and then obviously, because I'm tagging everybody so that they can see it in the fan art section in case they want to draw their own variant. And then it's like, I keep tagging people, and then at some point I just stopped tagging everybody and just kept editing it. But this is the final draft. This was the final draft. Who needs correcting? Hello, Space Marine. What did I walk into? The mascot showing. You're walking into the mascot showing. Kendra, another one. Listen. And listen, it's your fault, Mirai, because you were the one asking the questions, because I realized that I made it vague, and only it made sense to myself. Not only did I make a mascot, I made variants as well, in case people wanted to create their own Quabbits and stuff like that. It's like, hey, here's like the main Quabbit. Main Quabbits are blue. Yeah, the main Quabbits are blue. Any other variant is a different color. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're welcome. What is it? And then there's Bagil. There's the Bagillian Quabbit. I like the Bagillian Quabbit because what does Bagillian mean? You can make that up. And then there's the Triatin Quabbit. I couldn't make it obvious with the Triatin Quabbit. What? But the Triatin Quabbits is like I said, Triatin Quabbits are 10 times the size of regular Quabbits, but obviously it doesn't show here, and they got shiny eyes. But yeah, no, they're the giant version of the mascot. And I like the Amelie Quabbit because the Amelie Quabbit looks cute. Makes a Quabbit inspired by my favorite Pokemon. What's going on today? Chatting, possible work. I'm still thinking about it, and we can just talk and stuff like that. Just regular, normal talk and stuff like that. And I also got to show off my chair. What do I mean by show off my chair? Well, so as I also said last time, I said this last time, that wasn't the only thing I worked on behind the scenes. As I created, where are you? Where are you? Here you go. I ended up making this too. Yo. Okay, is OBS okay? Okay, OBS is not freaking out again. There you go. By the way, Kendra, love your Philippines reference in their waiting room scheme. First time I noticed it. Philippines? Oh, Philippines, yeah. I use it to help me keep going. Is that for me? No. As I said last time when I did my Chibi debut, I needed a proper chair for when I swapped to Chibi mode, because I didn't like that my Chibi would always go into the chair and just kind of the chair would overtake her and it just didn't fit. I need to replace this chair. I already have a 2.0 chair, but I'm still kind of confused if I want to keep it a 2.0 chair, and it's freaking out again. What the heck? And I'm still not sure if I want to release the 2.0 chair or if I want to save it for when the 2.0 happens. But I can say that this technically, I guess 1.5 chair is technically in the current art style of the actual 2.0 chair. So think of it as a little sneak peek. Why did I get a condom ad? Well, it is Twitch. Is OBS okay? Unironically, I'm not like someone who like is sensitive to flashing, but like unironically, what the heck? Pet Chow is then found sleeping in the chibi chair. This is true. This is true. Listen, I'm trying to get some stuff done in the works. I'm even starting to... We're still going to keep Cardboard Ken, but don't worry. One of these days, I'm going to update Cardboard Ken. And I'm getting... I'm going to upgrade my Fugi as well. I'm already upgrading the Fugi. It's going to be cute. You're mostly going to see it for like collab streams, but I am upgrading the Fugi. You're going to like the Fugi. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know why. It feels like I've been doing like a ton of things today, and I really have not. What's the facey creature? Hello, Project. Hello, Baton. Is Obia stroking out? Lol, probably. I don't know why. It didn't do that earlier, but when I came back, it started just doing its own thing. But yes, also, I made food for the Quabbit. This is what you guys are fishing for every single time. What is it? Let me see if I can crop this. What is it? Crop. Crop. There you go. So, 200 or whatever. What is it? 500. 700. Okay, 900. There you go. And then the right is like, I don't know, 500 or whatever. 500. Became a member. Thank you, Bagma. Thank you for becoming a member. What is it? I'm trying to like crop the food and stuff. 900. I'm just trying 900. Okay, that's not. There you go. Oh my gosh, 200. There you go. So, now that I think about it, this was a bad idea. Because I have to actually filter. Of course. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? Thank you. Also. There you go. That's actually proper. That's proper. Was it 150? There you go. And the top can be... Yeah. So, ignoring the Quabbits up here in the top right here, the Quabbit variants, this is what you guys are fishing for every single time you participate in the Quabbit gamble. They're gonna be named variants and stuff like that. And so this is what they eat. You are eating crystal quabs. Every time you fish for a Quabbit, because you are a Quabbit, you are eating crystal quabs. Gets out fishing pole. This is true. They also look a little suspicious. I was wondering why nobody actually made jokes about how suspicious they looked. Like nobody pointed it out whatsoever when I showed this multiple times. I've been like, I literally I released this I think for like 3 weeks and nobody's noticed the fact that these look like eyeballs. Like I made them eyeballs. They're eyeballs. They're crystal eyeballs. And not a single person has made a mention of it at all for like 3 weeks. Tasty eyeballs. I'm like, all right. I'm like, 3 weeks. How was nobody noticing? Oh my gosh. I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny because I'm just like, when will people say something? And no one did. That's why, like, what is it? Listen, this could be worse. I think the funny thing is, because I already made the Quabbits, like, a long time ago, I was able to, like, remember their design and do, like, all that I wanted. But these crystal quabs were like, a nightmare, because this was the original draft. Where is it? Because I had to redo the crystal quabs, like, so many times. I had to redo the crystal quabs so many times because I'm not used to drawing crystals, period. And I ended up, because I knew I wanted a round shape, but I gotta like pull up the original draft because I never deleted it. Where are you? Where are thou? Okay, I gotta pull it up on Clip Studio. Thankfully, I never closed it. There you are. Here we go. Bum bottom 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 bum bum bottom bum bum bum. OBS, please stop. Hurry it up! But yeah, what is it? This was the OBS. Stop. Let's see. Where are you? Here you are. Gray. There you go. Because they looked like this, and I'm gonna have to, like, we're gonna have to gray this out even further. There you go. Change the canvas size. I should have prepared this beforehand, and I thought I did, but I didn't. Oh my gosh. This is what the original draft looked like. What is it? Okay. I hate this. Let's see. Export. PNG. What is it? Do not save, because if I save that and everything's cropped, I'm gonna end up jumping. Stop glitching. What is it? Here we go. What? Here you go. This is what they originally looked like. And it doesn't look bad, right? It doesn't look bad. Crystal quabs. Why are you making us gamble just to eat? Well, you gotta eat somehow. Capitalism, baby. So this is what they were originally going to look like. And I was like, what? Oh, these look so good, because I wanted, obviously, I always had the eyeball motif inside, like, just like, period. I always had the eyeball motif from the get-go. There was just one problem as I was making this, and you can probably tell why it looks bad. What I remember most was you pinging everyone a lot about redesigning the quabs. Listen, I already said I'm sorry. Gambles for food, gets hot dog instead of burger. Aw, dang it. Are you raising them in Vegas or something? Yes. Fight for your food. I love to see a good dog fight. I'm kidding. In Minecraft. What is it? From this design, you can probably see why this was a bad idea to continue drawing. I'm gonna see if anybody can, like, point out what was wrong with this design. I'm gonna see if anyone figures it out. Let me also fix this. 600, 900, wait, no, 800. There you go. She's calling us dogs now? Yes. I'm wondering if anybody's gonna figure it out, but I might have to spell it out for you. You guys didn't notice the eyeball motif for like 3 weeks. What did you guys think it was? Did you guys think, I mean, it is technically a geode. I can barely see a purple. That, yes, because purple was going to be a heavy motif with this. It's the fact that, and get this, there's too many lines and colors on it, which doesn't sound like a bad thing, especially since it does look pretty. But number one, it looks like something out of D&D. I don't play D&D, nor do I know enough about D&D to be like to like have the similar art style. That's not my art style. Number two, I don't want to redraw these over and over and over again with this level of detail. I just took the eyeball from the original, which obviously is this one, and just put it on the simplistic one, and then formed everything around these two. Purple, I meant. Purple. Hello, Kendrick Turong. I can barely see a purple. Yeah, because originally I was actually, so it is technically purple, but the main crystal quabits are actually white, just with a purple like tint, because, you know, see-through crystal, because they are technically opaque. They're a little bit see-through, but they're mostly opaque. I'm just like, I don't feel like drawing this over and over again. Why would I want to draw this over and over and over again with this level of detail? I had to simplify this thing at least 3 different times, and I don't even remember what the second, I'm pretty sure the second draft ended up turning into the third draft, and that's why I don't have the second draft. But yeah, I didn't want to draw it over and over again. On the bright side, it made me look up Land of the Lustrous fan art. However, I realized that Land of the Lustrous fan art was not going to help me with this, because the Land of the Lustrous fan art, all the crystal's hair, all the gems hair is smooth. So I was like, dang, I gotta kind of look at some more diamond. Oh yeah. One of the things that helped me make this was 02 from Kirby. Simplification can be tough. Yes, it can, but it is so well worth it, because I can actually see myself redrawing this multiple times. I can draw the first one. I just also want to live and not jump out a window. Dennis the Wolf, hi, it's been a while. Hey, Dennis. You changed your name back to Dennis, I see. And then the 5th draft became the 12th draft. Listen. It happens. And then of course there's color variations. Like I said, the crystal quab is just one material out of many. There's bronze quabits, there's diamond quabits, there's platinum quabits, and blah 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 blah. I'll add them with time, and I'll change the names of like the redeems to be like, you got a crystal quabit, you got like a normal quabit, or crystal quab and normal quab, and blah 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 blah. To be honest, if I can be real with you, I kinda wanna give them a new name. However, I actually like crystal quab because it reminds me of like corn on the cob, and I've always liked saying corn on the cob. No, my name was always Dennis. You just never saw me in a while. Also on Twitch, I'm Doozy, but only Doozy on Twitch. Okay, that's why. I thought you changed your name back. What is it? Because I already know that you changed your name. I thought you changed it back. The Bleeding Eye 02. Yes. So what I plan on doing, and I'm going to say this on stream too, what I plan on doing is I'm going to release a drawing like segment. I'm going to release a speed paint showing off the like drawing process and stuff. What is it? So what are you talking about? We're talking about mascots. This is what you look like now. Well, you guys always looked like this, but I have a proper character sheet for the quabits and stuff. Everyone has proper quabit character sheet now. Let me remove you. This is the proper quabit character sheet. This is you guys now. Embrace perfection. Okay. That's just how it be. It's just the chat mascot and stuff like that. I always planned on making you guys like a channel mascot, but I never knew what to do, or if it was like time to make a mascot. But I was like, yeah, nah, screw it. Why not? You're still funny self. Thank you. Maybe the quabit could be different shapes depending on the rareness. Yeah. Maybe. Are you talking about the okay. Are you talking about the quabits or the crystal quabs? Because the quabits themselves already have like a defined shape, because we are making, listen, in a couple years they will be marketable. I am a businesswoman. I meant the food for them. Okay. Well, now I'm thinking of now I'm thinking of making like a golden quab, and it'd be just a blatant Illuminati joke now. Now I have to do it. Now I have to. This is gonna be amazing. Where did you get the idea of Quabbits from? So that's what I was gonna say. So I'm going to release a speed paint in a couple of months because I actually do have the speed paint for making the Quabbits and stuff like that. And with that video is going to come over is going to be a voiceover about why I came up with the Quabbits and stuff like that, with me showing off the not original concept art because I lost it unfortunately, but how the idea of a Quabbit came to be. And then I'm going to make it members only because I'm sorry. I'm kidding. But Bull Cyber as a Quabbit. No, unironically. Waiting to get the marketable plushie. But basically, for right now, Quabbits came to be because when I was younger, I was around 16. At the time, I was kind of depressed. I'm just gonna say that. You guys know, if some of you have been on my streams, you know I talked about this before, but I've dealt with a couple years of depression, and I did not know I was depressed at the time. And also during that time I was still into stuff like Nintendo and stuff, but and I was also into anime, but due to specific events that happened in my life, I had to get rid of some things that, while on the surface it seemed like a good idea to others, and even I myself thought it was good, I didn't realize that I was pretty much practically left with no ambition, basically I looked like I would literally sit on the couch all day and I would binge YouTube day and night. And then I still remember there was like a period of my life, keep in mind, again, I'm 16, I'm homeschooled, I have nothing. I'm sitting on the couch, day in, watching YouTube all day, getting up to eat, then going back to the couch, binging more YouTube, and then going to sleep. And I still remember, like, I did that for like a solid week. And so one day, I remember like, and it was like my family was just, I was doing my regular thing, my family was having fun. And during this time, I remember during the announcement of Paper Mario Color Splash. Now, for those that don't know, when I was younger, or even further back, I used to watch Let's Plays like crazy. I loved Let's Plays. I loved Chugger Conroy, Proton John, Nintendo Capri Sun, and one of my favorites was Lucagen. And Lucagen and all of them, they all played Paper Mario. And so years later, Color Splash came out, and if you're familiar with Paper Mario during that time, everybody was just dissatisfied with how badly Paper Mario looked. Everybody was like, you're still going with Sticker Star gameplay, and it's somehow worse than before because it's for a mainline console. And then people found out later you can actually soft lock yourself into like a really bad battle sequence. But that's like a story for another day. And so I finally found like a link of passion for me because people were like, man, I wish someone would make a Paper Mario game. And I was like, I want to be that person. I want to make a Paper Mario game. And what ended up happening was from 16 up until 18, I spent 3 years drawing and drafting up my own version of a Paper Mario story. And I had planned originally, this was way before VTubing was even in the picture, I had planned to present this actually to Nintendo. I had actually planned to present it to Nintendo. And again, I spent like 3 years on it. I still have the concept art. I still even have some of the scripts and stuff from my like Google Docs and stuff like that. Hello, El Ringo! We're talking about how I came up with the mascot. Now, you're probably wondering, Kendra, why are you talking about Paper Mario? Well, what ended up happening was that obviously Paper Mario has a lot of characters. This also means that Paper Mario, if you're familiar with the franchise, usually comes up with their own specific type of cute yet semi-ugly-ish type of species to just put into the game to expand the world of Paper Mario. And, well, lo and behold, I came up with Quabbits as one of them. I don't remember how I came up with a Quabbit specifically, but I do remember the thought process when I was making it. And the thought process was that it's technically a cat-like creature. Originally, the species was actually called a Felice, which was basically a feline type species, and they basically populated the world tree. They were not the main, species that Mario would have been saving, but it would have been one of the worlds Mario would have gone to, and you would have seen the little cuddly guys and stuff. Felice? So, change Felice but with an S. So Felice with an S, because it would have been a sort of variant on the word feline. At the time I was watching a YouTube review, and it was about, I think it was called Philaday, and it was basically supposed to be like an adult animated movie about cats and fighting and stuff like that, as if they were humans and stuff. I think it was Philaday. I'm pretty sure it was Philaday. Still happy in Spanish, but with the wrong letter. I'm pretty sure the movie was Philaday, because that was what I remember when coming up with the Quabbits. And I'm like, Philaday? Oh, that movie, yes. Yes, that one, the cat movie. And so, with that thought process in mind, technically Quabbits are a cat-like species. And so, like I said, I went on with this project. It's a German movie. Yes, that movie. What is it? I kept, like I said, I kept developing the project for 3 years. And then in my, the final month, right before I graduated from high school, I ended up shelving the entire project because I realized that I was not ready. I did not like shelving it because at the time I was genuinely I want to really genuinely take this to Nintendo. I genuinely want to make something with them, and I want to become a game developer. And I remember hearing everybody was asleep in my house, and something came to me and was like, you need to shelve this project. And I was like, no, I don't want to shelve this project. And this was actually happening a couple of months before. I wrote all the way up to chapter 5 because, again, I was writing the script. I had the characters. I drew every character, but I was still writing the script since everything. I got up to chapter 5 and I realized that I could not go any further. And I can't even call it writer's block because it was not writer's block. I physically could not move forward with the story no matter what. And so what ended up happening was that, this was a month before graduation. Something told me, you need to put it away because I want you to learn to draw for real. And I was like, but I don't know how to draw. And I remember just drawing, I just remember picking up a pencil and drawing my original OC that I had thought about for years. I had come up with her when I was 12, and that was the first time I had visually drawn my OC. I still have that picture too. And what ended up happening was that I also redrew one of the characters from the artist Turkut. And I thought to myself, dang, I guess I can learn to draw. It looks bad, but I still want to try. And that was when I shelved everything, and that was pretty much the start of my real art journey. And of course, the Quabbits ended up being shelved as well. That being said, years later when I go into VTubing and I start making more furniture and I start making all my assets, something keeps bugging me. Because when I made this chair, something was like, make it like this. Obviously you're drawing and I'm like, I don't know how to make a chair or anything. Let me pull up the chair asset in stream real quick. It was like, make the chair look like this. I don't know why my idea process was drifting towards this chair design specifically, but this was what the chair looked like at first. Let's see, assets. This is what the chair looks like. This is what the full chair looks like. As you can tell, some design elements stayed the same. This is consistent even into the new chair. This is consistent even into the 2.0 chair. You know, you can still make it into a game if you wanted. True, but at the time I had no programming skills and my art skills were not the best. They literally had no like foundation or anything. I still love them. Again, I still have everything. I even planned on making amiibos. I was literally also making DLC. I had planned a lot of that game. I was knee deep in the rabbit hole when it came to wanting to make that game a reality. But as you can see, there's a very specific design motif that kind of stayed in that's kind of prominent in the chair, and it's in the head. And so I was like, I don't know why, but this kind of looks familiar. Oh yeah, that's right, that one character I made. And so I went back to try if I can find the character sheet. I have every character sheet but that one. I think I threw it away because at the time, I didn't have a sense of space on paper. I still kind of don't. And I was redrawing everything to the point that I would redraw everything, and anything that was an old draft, I would crumple up and throw it away. But I usually would do that only after I had already redrawn everything. But that was the one character sheet I did not, I accidentally threw away or lost somewhere. Dang. Obviously, in the 2.0 chair, the character design of the Quabbit is a lot more blatant. And of course, in the... Can OBS stop? Thank you. Can stop. Where are you? Here we go. This chair also still kind of has the motif as well, but it's more focused on heart shapes and stuff like that. Stop glitching. It's hurting my eyes. There you go. But yeah, so that's the story of how Paper Mario became the vehicle to create my eventual VTuber model. For those that are probably wondering, well, where did you come up with Quabbit if you came up with Felice? Clearly, Quabbit was not the original name. Well, what ended up it's still glitching. Well, what ended up happening was that a couple of years ago, for those that know, I used to go to college. I haven't told you guys, but yeah, I used to. And one of the things I was trying to do in college was go ahead to get my to get into a programming like college and stuff like that. And I had unironically the worst school experience throughout all of my years of school. I thought it was impossible for teachers to be bad at their job because I had so many teachers in a row who were good at their job. That was the worst experience and a very much recognizable moment I realized. I guess that already. But what is it? And what ended up happening was basically our teacher had us read from the textbook. And the textbook was really long. And so so they were so long that I was so bored that I was like, I need to just stream this so that I can be entertained, so that I could turn it into a streaming experience so that I can just entertain myself so that I'm not bored to death. And so what ended up happening, I had a bad trig professor. See, we've got people here that understand. So I streamed it. You can still find some of these VODs on the stream because I uploaded them back before I used to dual stream or try stream. I unfortunately suffered that in math twice. Man, this textbook looks like a good pillow. Unfortunately, it was also digital, so I of course I pirated my textbook. I wasn't gonna pay for you. I pirated this textbook. By the way, the quizzes sucked. I'm gonna end up I already told that story. I don't mind telling it again, but I'll do it later. But let's just say that class was so trash and the teacher was so petty. Even when I told her, hey, my stuff is broken, but I tried to jimmy rig it. But what ended up happening was I read the textbook weekly. And so what ended up happening was that and I had to read the textbook weekly because I couldn't alt F it because unfortunately the textbook just sucked. The textbook was digital, blah 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 blah. But basically what ended up happening was that I ended up getting on this one chapter. This chapter was painfully long, longer than the other chapters. And it was so boring. I made a game out of the word quabit or qubits or whatever they were called. And one of my viewers also decided to, go do the joke with me. Like, quabit every single time the term quabit came up or qubit or whatever, it came up, I would always go quabit just to stimulate my brain because that was how mind-numbing that chapter was. And then that was years later, after we finally got off that chapter. The viewer sometimes comes around every once in a while. I know they recently commented on a couple of the YouTube posts and shorts every once in a blue moon. They were good. They're nice. And what ended up happening is after a while they would just type quabit in chat, and I would respond back, and I'm like, maybe I should make that a catchphrase for my channel at one point. But of course, years go by. That was like 3 or 4 years ago by this point, and I move on. I move on from the situation. Then, of course, years later, qubit? Yeah, what is it? Qubit. The first one, Gavin. That's what it looked like, I think. That's what I think it looked like. I don't remember. Qubit. It's quabit. Interesting. I just said it exaggerated, and then years later I forgot what quabit even looked like, but I always remembered it with a K. And apparently this viewer also did as well. And I was like, oh cool. Now that I think about it, where did that come from? Oh right, that one time we were doing a reading session. Cool. Now that I think about it, I want to incorporate that back into the channel somehow. Guess where it ended up? So yeah, that's the origin of quabit and quabit. When you want to quabit all over the place. Just thinking of if you made that idea into a game, it would be cool, and I would play it if it was free with playable DLC. I'm not sure if it would be free since game development is hard, but I'd think about it. Probably free DLC. I'm still thinking about going back to programming and stuff like that. I think I want to, because I want to, like I said, I want to update my art portfolio with an actual art with something I can actually control, because I hate using Wix, and I hate the Wix banner up top, and I want control over my things. Oh man, but yeah, quabits, it's such an interesting game idea. Yep. Well, what is it? It was Paper Mario, and then Paper Mario birthed the idea of a quabit, originally titled Felice, and then my dead brain class gave me and my community a running joke for a while, and then both of them came together to be the mascot of this channel. Beautiful, beauty, grace, quabits all over the place. So yeah, that's quabits. So this is what you guys look like now. Or I guess this is how you guys always looked. You just now have a face for when you want to do like fan art or whatever. As I said, I already posted it in Discord and I plan to release it on Twitter eventually. Oh man. And obviously, probably in a couple years, I'll update it and stuff like that too. Some of this has hints of what the 2.0 will look like, by the way, but of course, none of you know what it'll look like. But yeah. Funnily enough, editing the Quabbits actually made me go back to edit a lot of my 2.0 stuff. Because some of it looked pretty, visually it looked bad. And then I was able to correct a lot of those visuals, because that's like the one sucky thing, when something kinda looks bad and so you like keep editing it after the fact. Like my logo that I have right now, it's not bad looking, but I know I probably could have made the K a lot clearer and all that type of stuff. This for you to know and us to find out. Exactly. But yeah, that's the origin of Quabbits. Paper Mario. Just thinking, Quabbits and the Mysteries of the Sky Castle as a game, and the creator of Kendra is Kendra Kendrillian. Oh my gosh. Keep in mind, the name was not gonna be Quabbits. I actually never came up with a proper name for the Paper Mario game. Quabbits were just a species within that game. Like I said, I got really ambitious with that game because obviously it's like it would have been like, if I actually presented it, probably would have been like what, the 4th or 6th entry of the series. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go all out as if it was a finale. And like I said, I got really ambitious. I like made paper crafts of everything because I actually grew up making paper crafts and stuff. Like I said, I still have all of the concept art of all the characters that would have been in there. There was one of the concepts I made, and I'll show it one day, probably for like a 10K special. I made stage battles where like it would be a quick time event where you'd have to move, like where the bosses would become, I guess, quote unquote, powered up or enlightened, and they would shift the stage around, and you would interact with the boss on stage outside of just the action commands. There was a robot fight. Some characters were genuine jerks and lovable scams. There would have been a steampunk level. There was a reference to MatPat and Stephanie. That's how into it I was. That's not a joke, by the way. There's literally a reference to MatPat and Stephanie in the game. In my concept art. I still have them too. They were super cute. I was really into game theory as a kid. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it would have been so stupid. I loved that game. Oh my gosh, I never could work out the ending though. I had like changed the ending multiple times. I thought like by the end of everything, when I wrote all the chapters, I would understand. Like I said, I got really creative with that Paper Mario game and all the art I had. And I look back at some of the art and I'm like, dang, I could draw. I mean, a lot of it I had to go get a cup for because I didn't know how to draw a circle, but I had to literally Google some of this like stuff and look up cultural references and all that, and all that to like really understand what I was like, how ambitious I was. Listen, 16-year-old Kendra had a dream. It was to make Paper Mario. But yeah, Quabbits were not gonna be the game. They were just gonna be a species within the game. Again, if you know Paper Mario, they would have just been one of the new species in the world that Mario would have encountered. And the funny thing was, if you know Paper Mario, there would have been partners in the game. Quabbits were not the partners. They were just the species you had to protect in that world. There's like one level I scrapped, and it would have been a parody of Children of the Corn. keep in mind, I never watched Children of the Corn then. I still haven't watched it now. It just would have been my interpretation of Children of the Corn. But then I scrapped it because the character I created for that level was so unlikable and her story was so dumb that I was just like, get out of here. But I still have all her concept art. I could see them as a rabbit-bird hybrid. Well, that's the funny thing. They're like a weird cat-bird hybrid, really. What genre was this game? Do you know Paper Mario? Action RPG. Oh, Paper Mario is action RPG. Have you played 1,000 Year Door? That's a genuine question. Like I said, I was gonna make when I was 16, I genuinely was like, I'm going to make a real Paper Mario game. Now, I had heard about indie devs and stuff like that, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go straight to Nintendo. I'm gonna set up a business meeting and everything. I've played Super Paper Mario, but not 1,000 Year Door. Okay. It would have been like 1,000 Year Door. It would have been like 1,000 Year Door. So that's where my reference was. That's my frame of reference and stuff. Oh my gosh. It's so. And we would have swapped with Luigi twice, depending on the outcome, because in my game, your choices actually matter. Because it adds replayability and variety. Because I was like, after all these games of Luigi having adventures, you're gonna actually play as Luigi, because Luigi deserves some love. I've played Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Paper Jam is not reflective of Paper Mario the 1,000 Year Door, and I say this as someone who played Paper Jam. Paper Jam is Paper Jam. What does that mean? If you've played Paper Jam, you know what I mean. But yeah, obviously I've been experimenting the last couple of years. I had no art style. I still kind of don't have an art style, but I thought I was pretty creative. That's why I thought about putting it behind membership only. So what I had planned to do was I planned to release the Quabbits. What is it? I made a character sheet for the Quabbits, obviously. Duh, you're looking at it. But I had also planned to release it as a speed paint with a quote-unquote director-type commentary on top of it. And to actually for it to be scripted and make sense. And the reason why it's going to be behind members only after 1 month, because obviously you guys probably want to see it, duh, was because I'm going to show the concept art in the video. I'm gonna show the concept art and what my old art looks like. Like I said, eventually one day I do plan on making a non-membership stream showing all this concept art off as like a 10k 100k special type thing or whatever in the future, because who knows what'll happen by then. Maybe I'll learn programming and I'll be able to program everybody to be moving and stuff like that. Who knows? You never know. But I was like, yeah, no, here's the origins of a Quabbit, and it would have been in a lot more. It's gonna sound a lot more coherent than my inarticulate butt right now. I don't know. Maybe I'll cut this rant down and just upload this as the public one, and then have the speed paint one go up as the private. What the heck is a private? As the public one, and then eventually private it. Oh my gosh. To be honest, can I be real with you? I thought the Quabbit level kind of sucked. Looking back, I hated the Quabbit level because the Quabbit level had no story, no direction. The partner, when I looked back at it, sucked garbage design-wise, especially compared to the Quabbit. It was this rock snake-looking individual guy, and it would have helped Mario hide in plain sight. Province, the natural order. Province, the natural order of the Quabits. Oh my gosh, you know what? Might as well. What is it? Might as well. Listen, I'm stealing it, Province. No, if you do, I would download it before you enlisted it. No. The home version of Onyx. No, unironically. Oh my gosh, Paper Mario is just Paper Mario in his world, in the real world 3D Mario lived in. That's the thing though. The game is more of a Mario and Luigi game than a Paper Mario game. They just slapped Paper Mario in the game, and he doesn't even act like Paper Mario. He just acts like a mute puppy. Oh, I still need to write the script for that video. And like I said, I still got the concept art. I like plan to do like hand cam showing off, or maybe not hand cam, maybe hand cam, maybe not hand cam, showing them off, because again, I really liked how they looked. They were really good. Yeah. But yeah, that's the story, the origin of Quabits. Yeah, but I like it for what it is, even if it's not a mainline Paper Mario game. Yeah, it's good for what it is, but it exists. Can't really do anything about it. Slap stickers in foreground, game's done. Unironically. But yeah, the funny thing is years later, around that time, that was when I discovered Gekidon Inu Curry. And one of the levels would have been based off of their style. One of their, like, oh my gosh. That is the one level I really want to show that off to you guys. Like, I wish I could show it to you right now, but again, we're gonna save the surprise for one day. That was when I got really obsessed with Gekidon Inu Curry. And oh my gosh, I just really loved how that level came out, especially the boss for that level, and some of the designs I made for that level. It was so good. It was so good looking. Oh my gosh, imagine the final boss is a house. So basically Monster House, but not Monster House. I was so happy when I came up with that level. Unironically, again, the funny thing is that's where the Matt Pat cameo comes in. That's like the one, that and the Waffle Kingdom level is like, and my favorite levels that I wrote for, even though I never finished it, was the Waffle Kingdom level, the Luigi's Mansion one that I came up with, and the Gekidon Inu Curry inspired one. Waffle House? No, Monster House. Do you know the movie Monster House, Mirai? I watched it every year. I wasn't into Halloween as a kid, mostly because it was a family thing, but I would always watch Monster House every year. Yeah. But the house in the Monster House video game is a boss. Exactly. But my Monster House was not the final boss. It just would have been a boss. I don't even remember the villain. What was even the villain of that arc? No, I remember the villain of the arc. It would have been like it was like 5 friends who ran the circus in that world. It would have kind of worked similar-ish to Shy Guy's Toy Box, but I never really came up with the gameplay, because it was like Paper Mario gameplay, but I'll make it characters. Woo! Oh my gosh, oh man, I really liked it. It was so cute. It was cute, man. Again, I'm gonna be so excited to show you guys this in a couple, in a long time from now. I'm hyping it up right now. Oh, so not the final boss being the wife who is the monster from Monster House. Yeah, no, what is it? I told you, all these were characters and worlds I came up with. I already had the final boss. What is it? One of the things was not the 7 crystals, the 7 roses, because it would have been traveling via dimensions a la Super Paper Mario, but in the style of actual Mario and actual Paper Mario games. Sort of a return to form type thing. I don't know why I'm yawning. gosh, oh my gosh. So yeah, I was really excited. But again, like I said, I ended up retiring everything. I still have all the concept art except for the Quabbits one, which I hate that I can't find that one. Bye, bananas! Sniff the roses of to use powers. What is it? Kinda? Okay, man. I would have to get into like the whole plot. But basically, to be honest, I kind of never really came up with an ending. But basically, this one girl did a thing. What is it? You know Chibi Usa from Sailor Moon? It kind of would have been like a mix between that. It would have been a mix between that and Mario. So basically, Chibi Usa, if it was Mario. Oh my gosh. And then it was like helping a prince. There was so much, like, again, there's a reason I would like to do this for a special, because I would have to go into the whole plot of it. You could tell it had teenage writing on it. The first fanfic I ever made. I only ever wrote up to the Waffle Kingdom chapter, which sucks because I actually really liked making the Waffle Kingdom stuff. Even though, like, what is it? Like, I made, when I say I, like, went all out, again, I went all out. I made all the character designs before I even finished the scripts. But yeah, and obviously, chair. Which again has Quabbit motif. The chair was unreasonably difficult. Can I be real with you? The chair was unreasonably difficult for no reason. And it had to be because of the legs. Because it was going to be light brown. But then I was like, I'm going to change it to dark brown. Because dark brown seems to be a better combination to go with red. Because I was like, I've been thinking of doing this chair ever since the Chibi debut, but I didn't know when to get it done. I am so proud of how this came out. Again, this is technically a sneak peek to the 1.0 chair when I eventually release that with the 2.0. No, the one, wait. This is a preview. We'll call this chair the 1.5 teaser reveal for what the 2.0 and the 2.0 furnitures are gonna look like, if that makes a lot more sense. Because a lot of this chair has motifs of the actual chair. And I upgraded everything. Because originally this table that you see right here was the original 2.0 table. But then I realized the 2.0 table, this 2.0 table, sucks. Hold up. Okay, it's just toys. It sucks. It looks dull. I need to brighten up and make this table look nice. But yeah, that's what I was doing while I was sick, everybody. And then Magma pulled me into collabs. I still have everything. I'm super happy and excited for how things turned out. But yeah. And what time is it? It's only 7. Let me see. It's only been an hour. Can you stop glitching? It stopped glitching when I stopped making it full screen, which sucks because I need to see the timer. What is it? I can actually swap over because speaking of Gekidan Inukari, your girl's been busy since she came up with the idea. Since she came up with the last stream we did. Was it the last stream I talked about it. How do you guys like it? There you go. Get into your chair. I'm in my chair. I have been on a trip of sorts, making another Gekidan Inukari piece, experimenting in everything. I hope you guys like it. Oh my gosh, the speed paint for this is gonna be long. Surprisingly, it's only up to I think like 25 minutes because I always check on the speed paint before I go to bed. And I'm like, this should be longer. But I guess that's the speed in speed paint, am I right? I have been having so much fun with this. I had to go around and take a bunch of pictures and everything of like real life stuff because that's what they do. Bye-bye. Time's up. What? Time's up. What? Okay. Bye-bye, Mirai. I'm guessing it's time's up for you in your time zone. Listen, it happens, bro. It happens. Thank you for listening to my dribble. Oh my gosh, but I've been super excited. Time for me to go, Kendra. Bye, Mirai. Get some rest, dude. I have things to do. Sorry. Your time is dedicated to me, like certain VTubers. All your time must be dedicated to me. You have a life outside of me. I can't believe it. I'm still lurking. No. You're good. I'm just messing around and stuff. Huh? Hold up. Sorry, we had a dog situation. Oh, come on, please stop flickering. Rest is for the weak. Yeah, I have another VTuber apart from you. Her name is Molly. Goodbye. Bye. She looks like a broken mannequin with antlers and staring down. Oh my gosh. One of my dogs sometimes like to tag team against my mom's husband, and they always like run. They just run. And I gotta wrangle him because they just try and outrun him so many times. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Whew. Stop glitching. Nah, but I'm not offended if anybody's lurking. Good, lurk. Listen, sometimes I'm lurking. I'm lurking most of the time when I'm watching someone stream. You think I'm commenting all the time during Akko's stream? Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is what I've been working on the past couple of days. And moving that out of the way because I had to organize this. But here we go. This is what I've been working on the past couple of days. I am so freaking proud of this. I am so freaking proud of this. So freaking proud of this. Some of the stuff I found in my house. Some of it's online. Some of it's stuff I drew. Some of it is I found in my house. Like these little tree ball things. We've had them. My sister had them before she moved. And I was like, awesome. I want to take a picture of this because for some reason I think it would look great in my piece. There, I remember you saying you were nervous to join VCs. Oh yeah, no, like what is it? I have been trying to branch out also as of late because funnily enough, my New Year's resolution was to interact more with people, and that also meant going to Discord, which I do not like, but I'm able to talk and interact with people in Discord because we're, I guess, quote unquote, like-minded. You've been hitting more VCs. Yes. A funny thing is I didn't hit up VCs in her stream, in her Discord, but my resolution starting ground zero was to use her Discord as sort of a ground zero so that I could branch out and that I could like find people that I'm like, all right, I want to be friends. We may not be agreeing all the time, but it's better to, you know, learn from each other and understand each other, and we might debate a little bit, but hey, that's just how it be. That's how it be. And then the stuff happened. If you know, you know. Her, you mean the fish? The fish. No, not Lumi, not Lumi. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I've talked about it on stream. I don't want to keep saying her name. Oh, her. Yeah. And then everything kind of freaked out. Funny thing was, can I be real with you? I was actually going to leave Akko and Mizu, and I was going to leave everybody's Discords. The squid? No, not the squid. In fact, can I be real with you? Akko and Mizu have been so, like, weirdly nice. Not because, like, I was fed false information that they were, like, bad, evil people, but because I always kept my distance. I kept it so far away that I was like, maybe we just don't get along, despite me never talking to them or really talking to them. And the funny thing is, that incident actually made me interact and talk with them in the community more, and they're not perfect. They are not perfect. But I actually oddly, I feel comfortable in the Discord and stuff like that. I didn't think I would, I did not think I would, I wouldn't say I did not think I felt comfortable, but I did not think the UTT server and obviously everyone's individual server would be so, I wouldn't even say welcoming. More like I'm just shocked. But hey, you felt comfortable in the courtroom. Like, what is it? I'm able to, like, pretty blend in well, but you know, you kind of let your thoughts run wild and you're not comfortable. Cause like, I've collabed with people, but I've only ever collabed with 3 or 4 people. I've never collabed, and their personal friends, but I've never collabed with other people unless they have asked me. And that was the first like major like big collab I ever had. That's why I was kind of like, oh, you know what, fine, I'll stream it. That was a disaster first stream, but I streamed it. And to be honest, I think what was funny is I didn't even know you had a channel, Magma. I thought you were just a mod. I thought you were just a mod. And I was like, oh, you've got a channel? Oh, but your avatar is super cute. I will say that. I will harass you again if we do bailiff again. But yeah, this is what I've been working on. I've been working on it in the UTT servers as well. And I'm kind of shocked on the one hand. To be honest, I'm not shocked really. I'm just like, huh. Is it okay to stream your channel in your side of VC? And I just kind of stream it anyway. And everybody kind of just goes with the flow. I'm like, yay. I do stream my work in my main Discord and stuff like that, but I have been like getting more comfortable with just kind of pulling up my stream in other VCs, and then people flood in from, you know, those communities, and we all like talk and chat and stuff. It's fun. Of course, I have to be careful because every time I get into stuff like that, I get very, very, very knee deep into it. As Magma has bared witness to himself, I am a lot more chatty than even I realized. Because I'm not kidding, your girl's not chatty IRL. Your girl's not chatty IRL. I laugh and I talk with my family, but in a group setting, I am quiet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we gotta get this done. I've been taking inspiration from Paper Mario as well. All of this stuff back here that I kept because I can. This is what I'm working with, people. This is what I'm working with. Oh my gosh. I really hope this comes out easier. Can I be real with you? I want to finish this, but it's going to be kind of difficult. It's going to be kind of difficult because I am trying to look into getting a scanner, a portable scanner that I can also put away. Because I want to, obviously, as you can tell from the presentation, this is mixed media. And I plan on drawing this big rabbit creature, Usuko. She's adorable. Praise be Usuka. Usuko. And I plan on scanning her digitally into this, having also did the actual like art for it. But the problem is I can't find a portable scanner that's of good quality and can capture textures. If anybody has that, please tell me. I'm thinking of asking one of the mutuals I follow what they use, but every time I Google anything about a portable scanner, every time I Google anything about a portable scanner, they're not good quality, and everybody just recommends getting a big fat printer. I don't own a big fat printer. I don't have room for a big fat printer. Oh, your girl has 0 room for a big fat printer. Why would I buy it? I think I might have to just get a drawer and suck it up. When I upgrade this desk, I am so probably like getting like a decently sized like print scanner or whatever so I can fit things in. No, wait, did I tell everybody that? Oh yeah, what is it? No. I think I told everybody that. I think I told UTT VC about this. So a while ago, I tried upgrading my setup or looking into upgrading my setup. That was the biggest disaster of an upgrade, of like a upgrading brainstorming session I ever experienced. So I was looking at desks and I was like, all right, I need a new desk. For those that don't know, and I've said this on multiple occasions, thought a flea was on my feet. When I bought my desk, this is not a desk. I accidentally bought a kitchen table. It served its purpose all these years, but I know eventually I have to replace it for an actual ergonomic desk. And so I was like, okay, I need a proper desk that can hold my stuff, and as the future goes on, I can properly like work, like organize and work and not be crowded and stuff. And so what ended up happening is I found the perfect desk. It was perfect. It had a proper microphone position. Everything looked perfect. And then I looked at the price. Yeah, turns out the desk was $9.99 without taxes. So I was kind of like, oh, well, probably going to have to put this on hold because I'm not made of money. Your girl's not made of money. And so I was like, all right, looks like we're gonna have to save up for a proper desk. So what ended up happening was I was like, okay, since I can't really buy a proper desk, how about we move over to finding a proper computer stand? Because why am I burping so much? Because I have 2 monitors, but I originally had 3 via my old drawing tablet, which that's an origin story of how that thing became a failure. And what ended up happening was I had planned to get a 3rd monitor, and I was going to have a tri-screen setup with a tri-screen stand. And I go and I try and look up a computer stand that can hold up 3 monitors, and none of them look good. Because I want a computer stand that I'm able to move, not only flatten against the wall, I want to move and bend it how I please. Turns out, number 1, if you want something that can do something like that, that'll cost you over $100. And number 2, I have HP monitors, and HP monitors kind of suck because HP builds their monitors specifically so you can only buy HP monitor stands, and all the HP monitor stands suck. So I would then have to buy an adapter. But the problem is that I would have to spend more money just having adapters. So then I would be broke. 2 words, wall mount. That's the funny thing. I can't use wall mounts. My walls are hollow. The walls of our house are super hollow. If I try to mount these computers into the wall, in a couple of years, it would fall off the wall. We were somehow able to mount a TV in my room. That thing is going to fall in a couple years, and it's going to scare me one day. And I really pray every day it does not. Which, by the way, the reason why I can't do a wall mount is the exact same reason that resulted in my drawing pad, third screen drawing pad tablet thingy from being damaged in the first place. I don't know why I didn't say hi to Kuma. Hello, Kuma. I know you're here. Hi. I'm sorry. I said hi to everyone, and I was trying to keep track of everybody's name, but now I just remember. I'm so sorry. But yeah. This is what happens when you have a house that's old. I love my house. I wouldn't have it either way, but that sucked. That really sucked. The only thing solid in this house is anything made of concrete or the very few wood beams that we can find. But yeah, don't worry. I plan on eventually getting a tri-screen. So technically, we're not going to be upgrading. The funny thing was, I thought about upgrading multiple times, but then I saw Akko set up and I was like, whoa, Maybe it is time to upgrade. After all, I wanna keep going and like do the best for my streams. I was able to eventually. The funny thing was, is that me upgrading my desk, failing to upgrade my desk specifically, was also what resulted in me accidentally breaking my old microphone stand, because I was trying to find a new position for it to sit, because originally, if you guys notice, my model is not glitching or like cutting and clipping out of movements anymore, and that's because I moved. My microphone used to be in front of my camera, and it was one of those like regular like boom mic type setups where you can like bend it up and down, but it always blocked my computer. So I had planned to move it to the side of my monitors to see if maybe that would work. We all know the story about that. It broke like a day, like literally the day of karaoke last month, and then literally the day after I got sick. Guess what's in my hand? That's lewd. Pull up your pants. I will call you out. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. But yeah. I know Kuma's like, what? Why would you do that, Kendra? You ruined my career and reputation. You see that right there? There's a bomb! I will ruin you. Oh my gosh. I will ruin you. Cool. They've been subscribed for 3 months. Lewd. Thank you for subscribing for 3 months.
Where's my tier 3 sub? My tier 3 sub?
I was gonna say my 3-month sub. You see that right there? Lewd. Listen. It's the internet. Tier 3 subs are clearly the way to go. Tier 3 subs are clearly the new OnlyFans. How do you want to take out the trash? Simple. Not me doing it. Oh my gosh. This is I'm stupid. Well, I'm not stupid. I have also been trying to improve myself. I guess mental health wise, if that's another catch-up thing. But yeah, also I plan on starting I'm already starting to get more ideas for more projects I want to work on. I've been trying to do more art studying as of late, but I've been getting delayed because I'm kind of lazy. But I've been trying to do more art studies as of late, and I think I'm improving. I think I'm improving very, very well. My mom was right. You can't be nice to women on the internet. You're right.
Where's my tier 3 sub, Kuma? Where is my tier 3 sub?
You'd rather have a help to beat someone up. Got it. This is correct. Listen. Fight back. Listen, if you're gonna get your butt kicked, I'm gonna get my friends involved. That, and I also realized another thing. So, for those that remember, a couple months back, I did a poll about what song I was gonna cover. Oh, I'd rather have less. Hello, Dylan. Hello, dude! Wait, you actually have it. Now that I think about it, you do have armadillo vibes. Ken is also 3'1". She needs help. I am not 3'1". Why do people think I'm shorter than 5'4"? Why do people keep thinking I'm like shorter than 5'4"? I could be taller than that. But everybody keeps thinking I'm a short stack or I'm 4 feet. I'm not 4 feet. That's like short. Unfortunately, I'm not your Asian. You're local Asian. I ain't your local Asian. Kendra Sort. You see that right there? Spelling mistake. I win. No, you just gobbling. You see this right here, guys? You see this right here? Discrimination. I'm not 5'4", Kendra. I'm not 4 feet, Kendra. Why am I the nerd? Why am I the nerd? Is it because of my glasses and my teeth? You see this? You see this, chat? Discrimination. Discrimination. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that Dillo boy bullying the deer? Hello, Space Marine. Oh man, of course. Don't worry, Dylan. Everybody's already made the driving in my car meme. To be honest, I actually genuinely think that meme is funny. Listen. I said it like yesterday. I'm so happy driving in my car became a meme because that means open season finally has a meme that people can talk about. Because the scene it's referencing is like one of the opening segments of open season where the local hunter, who's known to purposely run over people and mostly animals. Yeah, no, actually, he just mostly runs over animals, and they're like, did you really get this deer ethically? He has a flashback. He drives off the road, because that's the thing. Nobody ever captures from that specific scene in open season, obviously, because it's a short segment, and the driving in my car is supposed to be a longer segment. He drives off-road. Like you could have had the meme being him purposely driving off-road, and like slamming, and then chasing Noelle throughout the woods. Because that's funny. That's like the funniest part of open season. Everybody always references where they break into the convenience store and stuff, but like no one talks about Shaw because Shaw is so funny. Totally visible kill. Unironically, I remember I haven't watched the meme. Okay. What is it? I always thought Shaw was like the funniest thing about open season. Too bad he's only in one movie, and then it ends with him being strapped on a roof anyways. Oh my gosh. I love open season. Oh my gosh. But yeah, what was I saying earlier? I was talking about something else. I talked about the desk. I talked about what else? No, I talked about the panty and stocking book. If I talk about it again, I'm gonna end up circling back around to simping my entire Twitter page. My entire Twitter page has just become a polyester polyurethane fangirl page, and I'm not I'm not sorry. I am not sorry. Brothers are hot. Don't talk about them. I shall. Listen, you are in the presence of a fangirl. Listen. Of course you simp for the Angel Boys. Listen, I've always liked panty and stocking. I've liked it since it first came out. My thing is the fact that, let me pull it up. I was not prepared for the Angel Boys, and I was not prepared for them to actually look really hot. Like, they were hot, but I thought it was, oh, maybe it's just the clips and it's not them actually being hot, and it's just, you know, marketing making them hot and pretending they're important, and then they actually are super lame when you actually get into the show. That didn't stop me from making one of my fastest fan arts alive. Where are you? Here we go. That didn't stop me from making my fastest fan art alive, which I have submitted for the Studio Trigger art book. We're in the presence of a Fujoshi. That's the funny part. You guys think I'm Fujoshi? I am like far from Fujoshi. I had my Fujoshi phase when I was around 13. And then I stopped getting into any Fujoshi content, and by the time I was either 14 or 15. After that, I'm not really into like a yaoi and stuff like that. Now, does that stop the guys from being hot in yaoi? No. But really, my Fujoshi phase was ruined because of Yuri on Ice. A lot of people had a Fujoshi awakening with Yuri on Ice. No, I had a Fujoshi de-awakening. My dreams were crushed that day when Yuri on Ice came out because I thought Victor was the hottest man alive. I thought Victor was the hottest man alive. And this is gonna sound so homophobic. I'm so sorry. When he ended up with Yuri, I thought it was the worst thing imaginable because I was like, wait a minute, he's gay. If he's gay, he's not into women. Therefore, he's not into me. Yuri on Ice, Yuri took my man from me. And after that, I stopped being a yaoi simp. That sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. I'm so sorry, but it is the truth. That is the truth. Because gay men are better than women. I will hunt down your account and call you on stream. But they are lame, Kendra. They're not lame. They're like they're actually funny. I like. Oh wait, no, I can't. I'll get into spoilers. Sorry. Kendra is literally just. Oh no, they're hot. Yes, you're right. The twink is a lie. Here's the thing. I keep saying this. My prediction when these two were first released, I knew Polyester was gonna be the buff one. Polyester is the purple hair one right here. I knew Polyester was gonna be buff, and I knew he was gonna be hot. I did not expect Polyurethane to be buff. Now, he's still hot. I didn't expect him to be buff. I thought he was gonna be the thin twink of them. Well, thin twink with a great butt, but I thought he was gonna be the thin twink with a bit of muscle, but had a great butt. The funny thing is, I got the magazine that has the concept art. It's actually true. Polyurethane canonically does have a nice butt. Oh my gosh. But listen, even if Polyurethane has abs, he's still pretty hot. Listen, it's just two cakes for me. And as I said last time, I submitted this piece for the Trigger art, not contest, but the Trigger like art thing where it's like has a possibility of making it in the upcoming art book that's gonna come out eventually, and it's gonna like have half a page of like fan art and possibly going to hang up in the Trigger studio. Listen, nobody knows this yet, but nobody has realized that I made a purple nurple beanbag or a nipple beanbag, and I had to change it because of the art contest rules. Nobody has realized that I've made a purple nurple beanbag. Grab a Sprite. Mario or Sonic? Listen, unfortunately, I'm not a Sonic fangirl. I thought Sonic was cool as a kid, but I was never a Sonic person. I just thought Tails was cute, Shadow was cool, and Amy was adorable in my later years. This is correct, Dylan. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I plan on making another fan art, especially with the release of Gunsmith. I am so making art of her. She looks so cute. She's utterly cute. And now black girls finally have a character to cosplay as that isn't a pedophile. Now you have a girl character who isn't canonically a pedophile to cosplay as. You know it's true. You know it's true. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love Panty and Stocking. To be honest, I like the fact that the color palette got brighter, because if you actually notice in the older series, even though the series is bright, there's a lot of dull colors. But like now it's just mostly bright poppy colors, and I really like that. Shadow would tell you to commit seppuku. No, somebody actually made fan art. Listen, somebody made fan art of Shadow if they went with the original design of Sonic. I need to I think I posted it in VC yesterday. Let me find it. Someone made art of what if Shadow looked like the Sonic from the original Sonic design for the Sonic movies. It looks so hideous. I hate it. I love it though. Where is it? Mute VC in the lounge area. In the lounge area. I know I posted it in one of these chats. Thing was hideous. Where are you? Did I not post it in this VC? I don't know. I keep going back and forth in everyone's VCs. Oh my gosh. I think it was in Lumi's chat. Was it in Lumi's VC? Blah, blah. Was it Lumi's VC? I don't think I posted it in VC, which is weird because I would have posted it in there. Let me see, because I know I liked it. Thing was cursed. Let me see. Where can I find it? But yeah, my page has officially become a polyester polyurethane fan page. So, yeah, I don't regret it. The brothers are hot. They shall remain hot. And they're goofy little munchkins that I love to death. Let's see. Where is it? Especially after the latest episode. Adorable. I'll end up keep tangenting again if I keep this up. Where is it? Here we go. I think around here. Here we go. I'm gonna give you guys something cursed to look at. You posted panty stocking in her gen chat. Yes, no, I'm talking about the Sonic one. Here we go. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Somebody was like, this would have been the future of Sonic, and it's like, no, it wouldn't have. That thing would have not made it past movie 1 if they kept that original design. You and I both know they were serious about presenting that design. For some reason, people came up with this theory that the design that they had in the movie, in the trailers, was supposed to be like a marketing stunt. I don't believe that was a marketing stunt. Because the studio that made it went bankrupt as soon as it was over. As soon as it was released, and as soon as they redesigned Sonic. Brother was going to look like that, unironically. And they delayed it to next year to fix their mistake, because it was that hideous looking. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Let me see. We can actually go back to regular chat. That looks horrific. Good. Not as horrific as Maria, though. Maria looks pretty, cursed. Maria looks cursed. What is it? Oh my gosh. Let me, like... Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But yeah, it's funny that some people complain that the fans caused the studio to improve Sonic's look for the movie. It's like, on the one hand, you can make the argument, listen, you could make the argument about the bankruptcy that happened afterwards, because the company did go bankrupt afterwards and closed. However, they'll get new jobs. If that Sonic movie ever came out and it looked like that, Sonic would never recover. You can recover by getting a new job. Sonic will be sin for it. What is it? If the Sonic movie came up with that first design, I'm not kidding you. I really think we would have been right back in the dark ages of Sonic, especially when the Mario movie would have came out later or before. Yeah, no, what is it? The Sonic movie came out recently. Well, no, the Mario movie came out recently. Imagine if the Mario movie came out after and everybody's like, look, Mario's able to have a better movie than Sonic. What about you, Sonic? You look horrific. Reminds me of the guy who made Cartoon Cat. Cartoon Cat? What's Cartoon Cat? What is it? Cartoon Cat. What is it? Oh my gosh. This was a mistake. Why would you do that? It's a creepypasta monster. Looks more SCP related, but I guess creepypasta is the next best thing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is it? What is it? What is it? Also, as you guys saw, karaoke is back on schedule. I was kind of thinking about pushing it back again because I was nervous, because I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to do karaoke because I'm not there yet, but at the same time I need to do karaoke if I want to improve, even if I don't feel like I'm there, because if I don't practice, I gotta practice if I want my karaoke to sound good, and you can't really practice if you keep pushing back karaoke. Show a comparison in chat. I am not putting that cursed creature in my chat. The cursed shadow is what you will get, and that is the only thing I will show. I am not going to be responsible for any nightmares I give you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo! I don't know why I'm yawning, but I feel like yawning a lot. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it is what it is. I hope you guys had a pretty good day. Lol. Not the acronym lol. That's what I was saying earlier. So, improving karaoke. And the reason why I was talking about improving karaoke was because a while ago, I put out a poll. And the poll had something to do with the next cover I will be covering, which is Living Millennium. It's an Iowa song. If you know Vocaloid, you know who Iowa is. And I had gotten to the end stages of covering the song. And I was going with the mindset of, listen, I'm not good right now, but it's going to sound okay it's going to sound okay. I got to improve and blah, blah, blah. And I was going over the lyrics and everything again. And going over the editing and blah, 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 and all that type of stuff. And I realized this cover is not bad, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I think I have to delete and re-record everything. And I'm like, I don't want to delete and re-record everything because it's been delayed for like over 2 months, but I gotta do it. There are more covers coming in the future. I want to make them more consistent in the future. But, I'm sorry. I said this year was gonna be the year I do a bunch of covers, but now it's like sucks because I want to do like cool covers and everything, but I'm deciding the covers and I'm making the lyrics and everything and I'm changing the lyrics and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I don't feel like I sound good, but I know I'm gonna improve in a couple years, but that's also not an excuse to not try, which I did try, and I try to put my best foot forward with every cover, but it's like, come on. The process sucks. I'm sorry, Tool covers? No, song covers. My new computer desk might be arriving tomorrow. My hype is quite high. Oh, nice, dude. Listen. I said it earlier. I want a new computer desk, mostly because we need to replace the kitchen table. This is not a lie. I have a kitchen table as a desk. It was an accident. We were shopping at IKEA. It was late. I didn't look properly at what section we were in. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But don't worry. This is good. We need to replace the kitchen table, chat. Unironically. Listen, this kitchen table has served its purpose. It is serving its purpose. I mostly want to replace it, like I said earlier. I want to end up getting a desk where I can do multi-purpose and where I can have like I guess if like to say it like this, shelf space. Because I used to actually own a desk as a kid that had the proper shelf space, proper room, proper just everything. It was a Japanese military like desk, and it had like a pull-out drawer and everything. And then we had to get rid of it because we couldn't keep it for the houses we were moving into. And I was like, this sucks, because these desks were actually really good. If I could go back in time and grab that desk out of storage and bring it back with me to modern day, I would, because they were really good desks. They were really good desks. You can do a cooking prep stream on your table though. Yeah, but my table's also for drawing tablets, and I don't know how to do a kitchen prepping stream. To be honest, I do want to do like a cooking like table prep type stream, even just for fun, but the problem is I don't know how to set it up. I want to do webcam, but I also want to do it in a way that, number one, does not reveal my face. Number two, I'd have to do it when my family is just not here. Unfortunately, my family is here. Oh, you guys would hear me get physically tired. Oh my gosh, to be honest, the funny thing is I actually do cooking in my house, so maybe one day we'll do cooking prep and all that type of stuff. Maybe one day. That, and I can't really do, what is it? If I did a cooking prep stream, I would have to get in a specific area because the kitchen is too close to the windows. And it's not like it's super, super close, but it's enough to where I'm like still like cautious about that, because you still always got to be you just got to always be cautious about that, you know? I'm not someone who gets super anal about like, say if like my name got out there, but I'm cautious because what is it? I like said this before. If somebody were to like dox me, I would be upset. I would be slightly scared, but that's not what I'm worried about. My worry is mostly about my family if they end up getting caught up in this mess, because you know crazy people always try and drag people's families into it. That's what I'm worried about. And my family is a very like quiet, private family. Like we laugh and blah blah blah, but we're quiet and private, and we just want to hang out in our own little bubble and stuff like that. So I don't really want to get them involved. And if doing cooking streams like 20 years later is what I have to do, that's something I'm willing to take the risk on. The military has always doxed me, but has always doxed me. Well, in this day and age, they might as well. To be fair, they're the military. You got the backing of the military. You can do cooking prep streams on your table, though. True. Choked on my spit. Oh. One of these days, maybe something small. Because I actually know how to make big meals. Like I know how to like wash chicken, but the problem is that if we were to wash chicken, we would have to be by the sink. If we were to basically do any major cooking prep, it would be by a sink. We make the dope build a master level gunpla. To be fair, I have actually built something. I have actually built like a long time ago. I did like a Japan stream, not a Japan stream. I did a Hawaii stream where I built like a little mini Arale. I have not gotten rid of that Arale, by the way. She's still in my cabinet, holding her little poop stick to this day. What did I miss? What was yapped about? Bombs. One of these days, I would like to get like I would like to build more gunpla. If not building more gunpla, I would like to build like little tiny figurines and stuff. Cause I like big figurines, but I would like to do like more like tiny little figurines and stuff. Bombs. There's a bomb in the airport. I'm kidding Twitch. I'm kidding Twitch. I'm YouTube. In Minecraft. so getting nuked. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. No, can I tell you something that was so annoying one time? Can I tell you guys something annoying that happened one time? So for those that don't know, a while ago, like a couple months ago near the top of the year, my mom got me a lava lamp. The funny thing was that I had always planned on getting a lava lamp because when I was a kid, I always liked lava lamps and the lights and stuff, you know, 90s stuff that got transferred over to the 2000s. I love my lava lamp. And so what ended up happening was, obviously, as lava lamps do, they burn out. So I had planned on getting light bulbs. And of course I push it back and push it back further and further and further, blah, 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 blah. And I eventually finally go, I'm gonna buy some lava lamp light bulbs with another product that I'm buying. You know what Amazon had the nerve to say? No. Brother had the nerve to say no because it's considered a hazard to have lava lamp light bulbs shipped to my location. And I'm like, then why are they on your store? I'm like, why are they on your store if you can't ship them to my location? I'm gonna see if they have like a different brand that can be shipped over, but I'm just like, why even bother? Oh my gosh, I would be there only to watch the deer cut herself on everything. She'd have band-aids on every figure while building. Joke's on you, I didn't even cut myself with the Arale figure building, and I had 0 pliers when putting her together. I'm not cutting myself on a simple gunpla. When it comes to paper craft and building and type of stuff, I'm actually pretty careful. I grew up doing that. I know how to avoid that. And even as a kid, I never really cut myself. Anytime I have cut myself, it is exclusively been when handling food. And even I can count on my hand how many times I have been cut when prepping food. Like, what is it? I remember one time I ended up cutting, I think it was shrimp. No, not shrimp. I think it was sausage. And I was cutting bell peppers one time. And the only reason why I cut myself that day was because by a cooking stream off first time to force how to make sushi. Listen, you say that as a joke, but I would actually really like to make sushi. Can I be real with you? I have no clue how they make sushi. I would do it. Listen, give me some fish. I've made bacon wrapped salmon before. You cannot trick me, which reminds me I have to defrost the steaks. And that's a Wednesday. That's a Friday. That's a next week's problem. Sushi is goated. I only ever had a California roll, and I don't even think it was a good California roll. Is it normal to mostly taste seaweed when you're eating a sushi? Can I ask? I only ever had a California roll, and it just mostly tasted like seaweed, which wasn't bad, but it's like, this feels underwhelming for some reason. I don't know why. I have an idea, but I don't know the exact recipe. Ah, okay. No, you taste a lot of flavors. Okay. It was my first time tasting sushi, and so, because, as I've like stated in the past, I've like been born in Japan. I've been born in Japan. When I was young, what is it? I have it actually like official, like an official birth certificate from Japan, to the point where if I lose it, we will have to get a birth certificate from just straight up Japan, and that takes weeks. And so my favorite food of all time is curry, and I've always wanted to try like actual sushi from like a sushi belt chain and stuff like that. Your girl has foreign food taste, but unfortunately, due to that foreign food taste, I have a very limited palate. Does it taste like seaweed? Do you know what sushi is wrapped in? No. So I know that sushi is wrapped in seaweed, but the California roll I had was just mostly seaweed. Like it was mostly tasted in seaweed. That's how strong the seaweed was. I don't know if maybe I got like a bad sample or anything, but I couldn't even really, like obviously rice doesn't have a taste, but I couldn't really taste any of the other flavors except seaweed, if that makes any sense. It's like you know how like sometimes you get like a bad like a bad version of a food people say tastes amazing, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is good, but this is like better if you go to this place. Like, what is it? Like, we have local Mexican restaurants here, and I'm really hoping it isn't, but one of the main family branches like closed. And there's like different ones. There's like different like restaurants owned by different members of the family, and they taste great, but they don't taste like that one. And I'm like, dang, please don't be closed. You're like my favorite Sunday dinner. You're like my favorite Sunday lunch. Please, please. We like know their family and everything. They've been so sweet to us through all these years. I hope everything's okay. I say that not really as a joke. I always wonder, you know, family stuff always, the good side of like what is it? The upside of a family business is that you know them so well, and their food always tastes good every time you come, because like they know your order, they know your taste, and like you get along with their family, they get along with your family, and it's so good. But the downside is once the older people, like they go on, they pass on, or they move away, the newer generation comes in, and they don't do a bad job, but it's always like keeping up the legacy and stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hold up. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm sorry. Had a same thing happen earlier, and I was like, oh my gosh. Hello, Rage. Rage? Wait, you're in chat? Run, I heard his truck. Hello, Project. Of course, Project. Let me see. What did everybody say? I wasn't gone for too long, was I? Gosh. Oh, I ditched you to play Minecraft. Joke's on you. I don't own Minecraft. But yes. Hello, everybody. Hello. Sorry, I had to step out for a hot minute, but I'm back. But hello, Rage. Hello, you're the project here. You're the project here. Everybody dogpile him. But what are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? I don't have my keys on me. Dang it. Alright, I'll just have to deal with that later. My truck can handle everyone. Listen. It's just like that one variation where Noel tried to drive the car. Asgore knows what to do. He knows how to combat the car. I was summoned, therefore I must go where I am summoned. You were summoned where? Dylan, did you bring Rage here? Rage comes for them. Oh my gosh. Rage comes for them all eventually. I was summoned. No, Magma did. Magma, why? You see this right here? Discrimination. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Who is it? Also, your bottle is so adorable. Thank you. I realized I did no such thing, Dylan. I realized you guys never saw my model when I did the VC last time, and I was like, did nobody know? I was like, did nobody know? I thought it was pretty obvious that I use fan art for my icon. I need to swap it. Mostly because I like swapping out to different fan arts and stuff. I did not say to bring Rage. All I say was I'm watching Kendra. You see that right there? Need more cartoony style. The funny thing is, I've actually had to explain this. I'm not cartoony. Well, I'm not 100% cartoony. I'm like a mix of between anime and cartoon. Whoa! Zolo, thank you for the follow. I just have the art of you getting run over in my head. Dang. Magma absolutely tipped off Rage because he was in the VC as I had your stream up. Oh, I see. But yeah, no, my avatar is like, I've explained this because my thing is that I appreciate both Western and Western animation and Japanese animation, and so I wanted to combine that. The only reason why it looks more cartoony than it is because of my eyes. Because the one thing I've always talked about when it comes to art, to always distinguish an art style, always work on the eyes, because eyes are like the key to like distinguish the way you stylize any type of character. You know what I mean? What is it? So like my eyes, like what is it? Like my eyes are based on like obviously stuff like Betty Boop, because I love Betty Boop and stuff like that. But my body is full anime. I'm full anime. I 100% agree. Hey homie, we've got a bot. Go away. Oh my gosh. That's always been my obsession. Like a good example, Soul Eater. You're never gonna find any of the eyes from Soul. Like what is it? You're never gonna find any of the eyes from Soul Eater in like regular cartoons. or like modern anime or anything, but you will find variations of them in like Western cartoons and stuff like that. Like one of my favorite eyes of all time, my favorite eye design of all time is Maka from Soul Eater. I love Maka's eyes from Soul Eater. I don't think I have the inspiration for my model or design. I didn't really have inspiration when I came up with my model. I just, like, listen, I explained in VC where I came up with my design. I just picked deer because I could. Now, I will say, there were some design decisions I made so that my model would make sense. Originally, I was gonna be white. But then I realized, oh, that's kind of weird to have a white model when there's already a lot of white models out there. This isn't to bash, obviously, white models, but the thing is, we can have a little bit of variety. I'm not someone who gets on the whole, like, race relation fighting and all that type of stuff, but there is some points to be made about how there's not a lot of black VTubers, not a lot of black skinned VTubers in the community. You know what I mean? A good example is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Exactly. Listen, you can tell the difference between Avatar and Avatar, what is it? You can tell the difference between Avatar and just it compared to anime. Just like you could tell the difference between Castlevania and like other anime or Devil May Cry. Because even though Devil May Cry tries to proclaim that it's an anime, the style itself reminds me of Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man was on Disney, and if you know the animation team behind Ultimate Spider-Man, they always try and do this weird pseudo-anime style, and it's just like, it's not terrible, but it's pseudo-anime. You can tell it's pseudo-anime. Thing is, with Avatar is the fact that that was made in the 2000s, and it makes sense. And Castlevania and, Castlevania actually at least looks good. Listen, I need to understand why the Devil May Cry anime looks worse than Castlevania. I need answers. Because here's the thing. Say what you want about the Castlevania series, it at least looks good. It looks good. Even if some of the characters don't make sense to be in Castlevania lore, even if you have very questionable things about the design, even if you have questions about the questionable design choices they made in the series, at least the series looked good. The Devil May Cry anime looks bad. Like, even worse than Avatar: The Last Airbender. Kendra, I am kidnapping you to play Project Zomboid. I have no malicious intention, I promise. Well, perhaps you should, I don't know, get the elf in the jar to fix the Zomboid server. The Last Airbender knows they're doing a Western anime. There were anime jokes sprinkled in the show, pretty much. That, and it had mature storytelling. One, Devil May Cry anime, the showrunner is a hack, so yes, it was made on the cheap. Two, Dylan Saigus is it will be done. There's the thing though, at least like he tried with Castlevania. Listen, I'm gonna keep saying it. I thought the creator was kind of cool because even though he wasn't following the lore, he was at least trying. He was trying to tell a story. Now he's just I can't even call him a nerd. He's just a normie. He's lame. He's like not even like a normie in like the traditional sense. He's just lame. You're a lame normie. Like, that's worse than a regular normie. Because at least a regular normie can be converted into a fan if they genuinely are interested. This brother's not interested, and his attempts to gain infamy are so lame that it's just sad. And the worst thing you can do than making a bad product is making a sad product. Listen, it's like making a show. The worst thing about making a show is not making a good show. It's not making a bad show. It's making a show so boring that nobody cares, because this show is absolutely fading into existence. fading out of existence as soon as season 2 comes out. Wait, the guy made the Castlevania show? Yeah, that was like one of the selling points. He gave up on Castlevania in season 3 and 4 and all of Nocturne. Dang, that's lame. I thought the show was made by someone else. Also, the personal insult is he bought the license to Duke Nukem. To be fair, you can't really ruin Duke Nukem more than it is. Duke Nukem is the new Sonic. Well, I'd say Duke Nukem is the new Sonic, but it's not as cringe. Yeah, it's not as cringe. Not as many cringy fans. He also said he was gonna bring back Berserk. Like he's ever gonna bring back Berserk. I've been getting video recommendations of like some of the character breakdowns of Berserk, and they're actually really good, especially since I've never like seen Berserk before, and I'm like, wow! No wonder this took years to finish, and the author unfortunately passed away before he could finish the series. The level of detail in this series is just astounding. Like, I can't even describe the level of detail I saw. It was that good. Hello. Duke has an amazing legacy. It wasn't till the King of Greece, Randall A. Pitch 4, the third, actively tried to ruin and mess it up. Ooh. Hello, Russian person. Hello. Hi. Hello. What is it? But yeah, it was bad, bro. It could be worse. I can't even think of anything worse. Yeah, what is it? A medium temporal storm is imminent, and playing Vintage Story, I'm scared. No, here's the thing. I said this like as a joke last time on stream. Listen, what if he's literally what if the creator of Castlevania is making himself purposely look like a clown so that he could do a Berserk series, and it'd be the best, greatest not disaster. It would be the greatest adaptation of all time. You saw how Castlevania looked. Again, he could purposely be making himself look like a fool as like a 5-tier troll move. Then he does Berserk. He gets the license to Berserk, and it's the best adaptation we will ever have. I'm about to meet Dave. Oh no. Couldn't think of anything worse. That says a lot, girl. I acquired art commissions, so it is a good day. This is a good day. This is a good thing. Oh my gosh. Woo. No, but listen, I said that Kendra ODing on cope, someone save her. Here's the thing, I'm not a Berserk fan. I'm not really into the whole, like, I like I like series that tackle dark topics, but I'm not someone who really touches like on dark fantasy type series like that, like dark fantasy. I like more experimental fantasy than dark fantasy. Like Madoka, pretty much like Madoka. Was a question, how to get to your Discord? Oh, in the description. So in the description, there is a link called the KK Station, and you click on that, and it has a singular Discord link. I had to do that because when I was building my Discord and I was building my socials to be more neat, I realized that I had done my Discord, I had put the links in my chat, and I would always reset the link multiple times because I didn't know what I was doing, because I don't really know how to use Discord. And so in the case that someone tries to, this was also during the time when people were raiding Discords in any way they could find and sending like gross Agor and CP and CSAM and all that stuff into people's chats, and I was like, all right, a singular link to this specific spot, so that if we have a crisis on our hands, I have one link that locks down, and it's going to be right here in this card. And I didn't feel like linking Twitter and everything in like one social was like doing much. Be very careful how many K's you say. Listen, everybody, even my own chat has made that joke. I'm not offended. Dead Man Wonderland, Maduka Maguka. Man, and remember back in the day when everybody used to talk about Dead Man Wonderland? Now nobody talks about it. The day that series gets talked about again is the day a new adaptation happens. Found the link. Yeah. We don't really talk. What is it? We don't really talk there. K Kendra Slider. This is true. I am the K Kendra Slider. Had to stop myself there. Well, the manga is over and the anime rushed 3 arcs. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. Listen. Listen, I was looking back at some of my YouTube shorts to see if I can get the motivation to get back into YouTube shorts, and I really actually want to now. And I literally talked about the consequences of sepia anime. And everybody was always like, oh, I want sepia anime back because sepia anime looks so cool and realistic. But then I was like, listen, bro, you say you want sepia anime to come back, but do we remember the consequences of sepia anime? How all of them had trash anime original endings? Stop collecting small indies like they're Pokemon. Raging Bull, so when you collecting her? Oh my gosh. It be like that. It do be like that sometimes, am I right? Oh my gosh. But yeah, what is it? Everybody wanted sepia tone anime. Stuff like Kino's Journey, Full Metal Alchemist, because Full Metal Alchemist is one of the series that had that sepia filter on it. And here's the thing, these series looked amazing. These series were very serious and they touched on really, really good topics, and they even changed enough from the source material. Monster is a good example, where its art style of sepia and everything, it elevated the story because it looked really good. The problem is, not every story can be like Monster. I've not watched Monster yet. Please do not spoil. Not every anime that had the sepia filter had a good ending. Most of them were anime original endings, and most of those anime endings were not good. I always remember people talking about Claymore. People say Claymore's ending was not good for the anime adaptation. The ending for Gunslinger Girl, while the anime was really good, everybody doesn't like the ending because it ends on a cliffhanger and then it goes into season 2, which just pretty much retcons everything that season 1 did to just fall in line with the manga, to which everybody pretty much just collectively agrees that is just that was a bad idea, because even though the author had a hand in the second season, sometimes it doesn't mean that it's a good thing. The travesty of Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul was not a sepia anime. That one was just the product of a company that wanted to make a shonen without understanding that this is not a shonen. They're like, this is a shonen. We can adapt this like a shonen, right? Right? No. That was a mistake. Darling in the Franxx was high on drugs. Darling in the Franxx is just rip off Guilty Crown. It's just Guilty Crown with a new coat of paint. I keep telling people this. Guilty Crown existed. Listen, Guilty Crown walked so Darling in the Franxx could also continue its exact same legacy. For anybody who remembers Guilty Crown, that is. Because, listen, think about it. I don't know if it had an anime, but the ending just felt like it needed to slam ass. What is it? Darling in the Franxx was anime first, and then I think it probably got a manga. That's usually how it goes. What is it? Guilty Crown? Was it? For those that don't remember, Guilty Crown was about this guy. He had a girl who was his sister, and his sister died, and he was depressed, and then he ends up finding a pink alien girl, and they end up having mech battles as he's able to use her as a weapon to defeat the enemy. and he ends up being betrayed by his friends at one point, and then the girl ends up being revealed to be his long dead sister, even though they were setting them up to be lovers. and then she died. Well, she didn't die. She went into the atmosphere. And so Darling in the Franxx is about a guy who's kind of depressed, but we don't know the secret as to why, because of his childhood trauma. And then he ends up getting into a mech with a girl that he's able to control as a weapon. I'm saying that Guilty Crown and Darling in the Franxx are the same thing. Can you tell that I'm saying that Guilty Crown and Darling in the Franxx are literally the same anime? We're still getting animes like we had back in the day. Listen, the coffin of Alien Laylee has taught people it's okay to clap your sister. No, that's the funny thing. They don't even have him end up with a sister. They just straight kill her. Well, she doesn't die, but she's dead. Darling in the Franxx be like, now spank me. Oh my gosh. Listen. I'll see you in a couple of years when we get another Guilty Crown clone. Because the only difference between Guilty Crown... Who made Guilty Crown? I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly... So the whole thing with Guilty Crown... No, the whole thing with Darling in the Franxx that made it popular was that it was done by Studio Trigger and A1 Pictures, which was a big deal. When Darling in the Franxx came out. Guilty Crown. Who made Guilty Crown? What studio made Guilty Crown? Okay, so I looked this up before. Guilty Crown was made by Production IG and Division 6. And Darling in the Franxx was made by... What is it? It was made by A1 Pictures, Trigger, and Studio Clover. So yeah, I'm not kidding. Both series were hyped. Then their endings were where they had a good first half, and then for some reason the second half just made it bad. What I'm saying is have a generic boy perfect sound clip. Brother, clip that and give me the sound bit. Oh my gosh. But yeah, listen, I keep saying it. Guilty Crown, listen, I like Zero too. But it's just a poor man. But if we gotta really call it out like it is, Darling in the Franxx is just a poor man's Guilty Crown. I'll see you in a couple of years when we get another poor man's Darling in the Franxx. Except people don't remember Guilty Crown for any of the characters except the MC and the musicians in Guilty Crown, because the music is really, really good. No one remembers anything about Guilty Crown. No, nobody remembers anything about Darling in the Franxx except 02. Man, that's a 2-to-1 right there. Well, granted, if you win the waifu wars, have you really lost? Look, all I'm saying is I want more seasons of Redo of Healer, and I will not elaborate further. You see that right there? Elaborate further, my gentleman. You can't just drop it there. What is it? Redo of Healer. Oh yeah, I love Redo of Healer for the fact that it never got controversy. This aided to Beat series is best series is Pupa. Don't you dare bring up Pupa in this house. I remember when everyone collectively hated the adaptation of Pupa. Imagine ending your series off with a flashback episode and having the worst adaptation ever because the studio wanted to focus on making an anime about glasses boys, which, by the way, is real. It's real. By the way, okay, so for those that don't know, Pupa is a psychological horror series about this brother and sister and how the sister ends up being infected by this butterfly, and so does the brother. The brother is cursed with regeneration, and the sister is basically cursed to be this weird insect-like creature that feeds on human flesh. So she basically feeds on her brother, and he has to suffer the pain. And you're probably thinking, oh, this sounds like a really dark series. Well, they also came from an abusive household, so the brother was like, I'll do anything for my sister, and I don't want her to eat human flesh. The manga was decent. I actually ended up looking up the author's later works, and he ended up making one series about a girl, about how kids reach puberty and then they turn into monsters. That series ended weird. That was a weird series. It's a weird series to read while looking for furniture, which I did. But also the anime adaptation, the only good thing from Pupa's anime adaptation was the opening theme. I even listened to it recently, and that's actually it's like a really good theme for how disorientingly weird it is. But the anime adaptation was so bad because the plot was not only was the plot all over the place, the final episode ends with a flashback episode. And keep in mind, nobody knew if it was gonna come back, because this was during the time before anime websites would find the episode order and how many episodes were gonna come out. And what ended up happening was that people were like, there's gonna be another episode, right? And they just never came up with another episode. And then they ended up focusing on an anime about glasses boys. Hi honey, also this is my first time seeing your live 2D model. This isn't my live 2D model. And stop being cringe. I'm nobody's honey. You want a good anime that didn't even get a chance? I bet you don't even know it, Kendra. I'm willing to throw $10. Listen. I've told you guys about me being a weird hippie. A weird hippie when it comes to being when it comes to collecting anime, just obscure anime out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What is it? Kendra's interested in plot. Listen, do you know Drifters? That sounds familiar. You're talking about the one Hellsing series, right? The one by the same studio? Of course, Drifters. It has to be Drifters. Yeah, that has to be the Hellsing series. Yeah, I knew it! I'm like, that one's the one where it looks like the art style. That's the one. Yeah. Listen, I remember I used to keep up with the anime like, what is it? What is the classic pie eye style? What is with the classic pie eye style? I thought, although I simply prefer basic ovals for eyes, those are good enough. I just did it because I thought it was cute. I like Betty Boop and stuff. That's why I like it. Plus, nobody really does it anyway. I know one VTuber does it, but I came out before her, so I'm the precursor. I can't believe that Jesus is the bad guy. Oh, no, I remember laughing about that in VC. That is so funny. That was so funny. I was just cracking up. Do you remember anything about it? I remember that it came out. Listen. I said I know about it. I never said I watched it. Alright, pay up, Raging Bull. Listen. Pay up in my chat. Now I got a better one. Who remembers Vampire Hunter D? Brother, pretty much most people now know about Vampire Hunter D when that whole AI scandal with that one Smosh type, the rock paper scissors AI anime came out, and then people started posting funny clips from Vampire Hunter D. Is Bull in here trying to collect Kendra? Give me $500 a month, and I'll be okay with it. Oh my gosh. What is it? Like, listen, I know about, like, I used to keep up with, like, after 2016, that was when people started keeping up with, like, seasonal anime more. What? Everyone gets one. Thank you for the 10 raging ball.
Everyone gets one.
Okay, did you have the PS1 game of Vampire Hunter D? Vampire Hunter D had games? Okay, I've said this before. I have not played anything PS1 related. I have nothing. I'm a Nintendo person. I was the one who watched the top 10 Nintendo games of all time as a kid. I didn't even play Portal until recently. That's how Nintendo brained I was. We played Portal and Portal 2 like last year. It was actually really fun. It was really, really fun. If you join, I promise to not run you over with a truck. All right. Okay. Okay. I'll join you. I'll join your little crew. Yeah, there was a PS1 game of Vampire Hunter D. I own the physical copy. Ooh, nice. There's one game I want to play, and lies. Hey, what is it? There's one game I want to play. It's this one that has the art style of Trigun, but I can't remember the name of it. But it was going to be hints of it, like from the development, show that it was originally going to be a Trigun game, and then it ended up not becoming a Trigun game by the end. And I was like, dang, can you imagine an original Trigun story in game format? Man, now I want to watch Trigun. Oh my gosh. Now I want to watch Trigun. I want to watch a lot of things. I like, I talked about this last time. I watched Utena. I need to pick up more like classic anime and just pick up and watch them. They were so good. They were so good, bro. It's like my hair was like clipping. I think I know what game. Yeah. What is it? I'm off for the night. Have a great stream, Kendra. Thank you, Mr. J. Trigun watch along. You know what? Why not? We've been doing more movie watch alongs. I've been trying to schedule like movie watch alongs. I've been trying to schedule more movie watch alongs, and you're like next week we're gonna have a movie watch along. Gungrave, yes, Gungrave, because I think one of the characters has kind of like the cross gun like Wolfwood. Man, now I want to watch Trigun again. Oh my gosh, I've been scheduling more like movie watch-alongs, but I need to like schedule just like off stuff. You know what I mean? Like maybe doing doing like a Monday watch-along or something, because like I'm not streaming technically, and that would just be cool. That would just be cool to like do in the Discord, because I don't really do anything in the Discord. We could do weekly watch-alongs. True. I want to do like weekly watch-alongs, but it's like I always like try and plan it around a stream, but I want to not do that all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe like one day we'll like take a one day I'll pick a day, and then we'll just like I don't even know. Because I'm somebody who gets like really invested and really quiet in a series. But listen, that is the point of a watch along compared to like a movie watch along and stuff. You know? Oh my gosh. What is it? What's a series I want to pick up? I don't mind picking up Kaiba again. That would be pretty good. But that one, we would have to like label the stream. Like we have to label like certain like watch-alongs like 18 plus. And it depends, because like some series are super serious and super like adult, like Kaiba. But then you got stuff like Utena where like everybody can like watch it. But like most anime I watch is not like 18 plus. I'm not someone who picks up Redo of Healer. Yes, I'm calling you out, Rage. Oh my gosh, we could like do a Trigun watch along and stuff like that to prepare for like Stargazer and stuff. That would be pretty good. That is it. We got like a few more minutes left because I gotta prepare stuff. Redo of Healer watch along. The day I do a Redo of Healer watch along is the day I pluck my eyeballs out. That's the day I pluck my eyeballs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's right. So, I almost forgot. I ended up grabbing a special book, not just the panty and stocking one. So, for those that don't know, obviously, I'm a Vocaloid fan. And there's this one producer I think is severely underrated. They're called Wada Takeaki. They make the stuff like chudidi da da da, or check 1 2, or my R and stuff like that. And I've always loved their music so much since like I was a teenager, and because I just loved their Observation of Adolescence series, or Observation of Underage Youth series, and I was always like curious about like the manga panels they would show in Observation, and I was like, I guess we'll never find it. And then they had a listing of the CD that came with the manga panels just on Amazon, and I was like, I need to get this. One of these days I'm going to translate that entire manga, and I want to talk about it during a manga read along. The art and everything is so good. I love it so much. It like, again, this manga like means like so much. Miku, what's it like to be you? Never tired. I like that somebody made like a comic of like Teto, and she's like, this is my outfit for Bird Brain, and this is my outfit for this, and this is my outfit for this, and Miku was like, you are broke. Because the outfits for Bird Brain are like a white t-shirt. I think, like I said before, I love that the fact that like the English Vocaloid community is finally making their own like place and stuff like that now, because just like they didn't have that identity and now they do, and I'm just like, I really want to see the identity that the EN community forms. And the one thing like I've noticed is they're like using Teto. Definitely Teto is like the biggest contributor to it, because instead of leaning into the 31 Chimera as her 15-year-old self, they're leaning more into the fact that Teto is like an adult and stuff like that. And it's like an interesting take on Teto and stuff like that, you know? Was it just looking at your pie cut eye, and this got me thinking, are you into rubber hose trope? I grew up with a lot of rubber hose cartoons, even the propaganda ones, and I always thought they were funny. And so, like I said earlier, I always liked Betty Boop and stuff like that, and I kind of wanted to reflect that in my design. I am a Betty Boop stan. Listen, before there was anime, before there was even a drop of anime in my life, I was the biggest Betty Boop stan. If I could have had a Betty Boop backpack as a kid, I would have. But that would have been weird as a kid. Propaganda? What propaganda? What is it? I unironically had that one episode of Bugs Bunny saying that America was great. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-ba. Miku. Can I be real with you? I think the Miku Uiu song is like doesn't sound good. I think the song is eh. Granted, I'm someone who, unfortunately, again, I like my poppy Vocaloid songs, but man, do I love the really experimental ones. In fact, I'm sharing this one in chat right now. I love this new song. I just found it randomly. It's so good. It's so good. Where is it? This one sounds so freaking good. I just found it randomly, and I think it has 1 million views, but I think it's also like the person only has like a few subs. Where is this song? I was like listening to it a bunch. I need to like listen to it like again later, because again, sounds really good. Where is it? Aster? No, not Aster. I've been listening again to more Kiku Ohana. Here we go. It has 1 million views, but it was released 6 months ago. It's really good. Let me see. I'm putting it in chat. Old Looney Tunes are very funny. This is true. This is true. What is it? Here we go. I put it in chat. Really good song. and experimental. I'm a sucker for the experimental Vocaloid songs. That's why Kiko is one of my favorite producers and stuff. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Oh my gosh. What is it? Otherwise. What is it? What is it? I need to think of something. I need. We got a few minutes. I want to keep talking. The old ones are quite funny, but also a bit racist. A bit? We could talk about, listen, there's a reason why we have to put the disclaimer on now. Listen, they were designed to be funny. That's like my one thing about this. They were designed to be funny. They were also designed to be racist. They were funny and they were racist. You can't really take that from them, and it's okay to laugh. Now, the thing is, if you think it's okay, that's a different story entirely. Have you ever seen the Alamo one? Are you talking about the one where they had like the black guy be Elmer Fudd? Because that's the one I remember the most. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen the Alamo one. Womp womp womp. Looney Tunes Alamo. Let me see. Looney Tunes Alamo. Let me see. Dang, we're getting Looney Tunes back in action. Results. No, the one where they defend the Alamo and make racist statements. No, I have not. The funny thing is all my media that I ever found, I never found, what is it? Let me see, pause this real quick. I never discovered I didn't discover racism until I was like 14. I'm not kidding about that, by the way. I didn't know racism existed until I was like 4. Okay, so I knew racism existed, but I didn't really understand like the consequences of racism. Like obviously as a kid, you know Rosa Parks, you know Martin Luther King, but like I didn't know like about the N-word until I was like 14. If you look it up, Looney Tunes Alamo, it should be the top video on YouTube. Let me see. Looney Tunes Alamo, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little. Oh, that one. Oof. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do you mean half-breed? Oh my god. And this is not the funny thing. Like I said, I grew up with a gas station DVD of the Looney Tunes. They didn't have the racist ones on there. Just all the violent ones. Don't say the line, Kendra. Oh, don't worry, I'm not. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love those DVDs. Yeah, that's what I grew up with. I grew up with the gas station DVDs. That's how I discovered like the Betty Boop Chronicles and like Looney Tunes and stuff. The only time I ever had like interacted with Disney was when I had Disney Channel, but I always had like the Looney Tunes DVDs and stuff. I also had Back in Action on DVD, which by the way, Back in Action is underrated and really good. I don't know why people keep I have those DVDs, Kendra. Yay! Hold up. Let me see. Do we got a bot in chat? W stream. Hello. Hello, Pac-Man 8U. I was making sure you weren't a bot. Oh my gosh. That's just how it be, unfortunately. Hello, Kendra. Hello, Pac-Man. Yeah. And thank you for the follow. You never know, eh? Listen, it happens. I've had like, I think I banned like 4 bots already. Hope you have a great stream. Thank you. Oh, man. You're welcome. Thank you. What is it? I think that is enough for today. Thank you guys for coming to stream. Kick them bots' butts are all right. Yep, listen, kicking them every chance I get on stream. But other than that, I think that'll be it for today's stream. Thank you guys for coming. It's been a while since we did Just Chatting. I'm trying to think about doing it like, what is it? I want to try doing like Just Chatting once enough, so that we can like build up like topics to talk about, because even though I know topics to talk about, I do run out of topics. Night Kendra, it was nice catching you. Thank you. Darkness Rouse, No House of Mouse, Ink Pen, Kingpin, you're in my house now. No survival kit, chuck your textbooks out. No illusion, it's life, and I'm devout. You see that right there? You see that right there? Cringe. Angry Beavers. Angry Beavers. I've never watched Angry Beavers as a kid. Oh my gosh. What is it? Who's live right now? Who is live? Who is live? Almost Cheesecake. Otskare. Noel. Oh, Noel's live. Ron Illis is live. And Roscoe Graves is alive. Roscoe's playing Date Everything, but Noelle is doing her usual gimmick of, well, I mean, I can't really say it's a gimmick because she's good at what she does. Well, I can show you in Discord if you want. Yes, please. I'm gonna send you guys over to Otskare, because it's been a while since we've rated her. Otskare, for those who don't remember, she's the mother VTuber who has a daughter. She's so adorable. I'm so glad she got popular. Like, she was already like pretty cute and getting popular and stuff, so seeing her people recognize her efforts and stuff is so good. And we will be rating Puddle Cat, and they are just chatting and some supermarket sims. They're watching cops be cops and have an interactive stream. All right, everybody, thank you for coming to today's stream. It was fun. It was nice. I don't even know what to do anymore. But thank you. Thank you all again for coming to today's stream. I shall see you all on Thursday for some Sonic, as we're going to be playing not Omega, because I like calling him Omega even though it's not Omega in the Sonic Adventure games. Anyway, I shall see you all next time. Kendrillian, out.